Hello, 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 everybody. Kim Antonucci with Movement Mortgage. You are listening and watching my podcast, Kimmy Talks. Thank you so much for joining us. I am doing a special, unexpected podcast today because we would like to introduce Empire Realty Group Syracuse. This is huge news, and I have Jim White here with me. He is the owner of Empire Realty Group, and we are going to learn all the goods. So, Jim, I'm going to start running off some questions for you. What is your company? Where did it originate? How did it start?
Okay, well, thank you for that. And it's all her fault. Well, why we are in Syracuse. We'll get to that question. So after years of being in a couple big franchise companies, I was looking at my sales and I said to myself, my sales are for me. Why am I paying franchise fees all the time? So we wanted to be the non-franchise company or the local family company. And so we're almost 10 years old. We started in November of 12. And here we are.
Awesome. I love it. So how long did it take you to open all your different locations? Because you have like 4 of them now, right? Or
7.
Oh my goodness.
So
way off.
We're trying to be freelance, so to speak. We call ourselves a co-op company. We teamed up with some folks down in Livingston County, Robin Smith down there in Dansville, and she also has a Livonia office and then a third office. I can't even tell you which lake it's by because that's another brand new company.
Awesome.
We have one lady that wanted to have a little office, Nancy Crocker, out in Leroy, so we have that office. We started in our Webster spot. I'm born and raised in Webster, New York, and so that's where we started. And then right in the heart of Monroe County is Pittsford. So by popular demand, some of the agents wanted that Pittsford location. So one of our things with these locations is they're kind of smaller satellite locations because agents don't need to be hanging around the office all day anymore. They come in to turn in their sales, turn in their checks, deposit checks, whatever they have meetings with buyers at the conference rooms or whatnot. So we have a number of offices, but they're pretty much for the convenience of the associates when they have a customer.
Awesome. I love it. So tell us about this new location here in Syracuse and what your hopes are for the future of this Syracuse location.
Okay, so as far as hopes for the future, when we started Empire, we didn't even have hopes for the future. We just wanted to be on our own, enjoy our sales. At that point in time, I'm like, I don't want to just have a shingle in my front yard. I don't want,
right.
I don't want to have clients come into my house. So we just started with a few rooms in an office building. But agents, came along one at a time. We really didn't advertise for agents or anything. But once we got the taste of the office growing, we organized that. And so our philosophy is agents are independent. So we're kind of a co-op. Agents all come in and do their work out of the same place. And our goal is to get them generally the best commission split they can get. Whether it's just a straight split for no office fee, or we do have a 95 program for an office fee if someone's really cranking out the sales and they just want to pay a monthly fee, which is generally half of what the competition is as far as fees. So awesome. The goal is to get agents the best money and still have good full service company for them to support them.
Cool. So that kind of answers my next question, which was, how do you support your agents? But I'm going to let you elaborate a little bit because I think although you offer like a commission split that no one else does, I know there's some other things that you do for your agents. So I'm going to let you share a little info on that.
Okay, so when we got started, thinking about the co-op and thinking about experienced agents, they're wonderful because they come in, they know how to do their job, they know how to use the equipment.
At least they think they do.
They think they do. So it's like turnkey associates. But we all know that the future is in the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So we have started, welcoming newer associates in and training new associates. And I found that this is my 38th year in the field.
Woo!
Okay. So after all those years, you're ready to maybe focus on something a little different. And obviously, Cheryl didn't want to be in the video, but my wife Cheryl is right beside me, handles all the office administrative work and all the computer and all the technology. And I'm kind of the old guy that teaches the grassroots training, like how to deal with the people, how to get the listing, how to close for a listing. All those addendums with a purchase offer, they all have stories. So I do a couple trainings each week for agents to come in, and we just do training that way. And one thing I do pride myself on is if an agent calls me, I answer the phone. And if I don't answer the phone, I say, I'll call you in 5 or 10 minutes.
Even if a lender calls him, he answers the phone.
It's so important to answer the phone when an agent is working on a deal. Time is of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
And one good thing I would say about me still being in the field, you don't lose touch with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the importance of, I got to get this done now. I got to get this offer in now. It's got to be correct. One little mistake and, they might not accept your offer.
Yeah.
So those are all important things.
Awesome. So you started in Rochester. You expanded within an hour or so of Rochester. Why did you decide Syracuse one day?
Well, somebody I know, we were at a little Empire social, and you said to me for I think the second time, first time I ignored you.
Yeah,
that
you did.
There's a place for your office in Syracuse. So the way you work with the agents, it might be welcoming for them to come in. And I always think agents are working to bring money home to their family. It's got to be a win-win. The associate has to feel satisfied with the money they're getting. When the second time you mentioned it to me, it kind of sunk in. It's like, okay, let's do the Syracuse thing. So just like Webster 10 years ago, we have, I don't know, maybe 850 square feet here. And we signed the lease for 5 years, I think. And if we outgrow this, that's a good thing. We'll get on to something bigger. But, for now, we'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4 agents and see where it takes us.
Awesome. So I'm going through the rest of my questions for you, and I think that we've answered most of them. But I guess I never really grasped this. I've been working with Jim for a while. I know his whole thing is kind of a co-op idea, but do you have like an actual mission statement or a...
Yes, I do. I don't have it right in front. You want me to just read it? I'm going to just read it. So bear with me.
Get ready.
I didn't want to just read from a mission statement, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Empire Realty Group is a true co-op company consisting of experienced real estate brokers. Our firm is designed for the independent real estate agent focused on working in the best interest of their clients. At Empire, each agent has the flexibility to do whatever is necessary to work through each client's personal situation in order to achieve a successful transaction.
Woo,
okay,
I like it.
Have you ever had a situation as a sales agent where you had to kick in something, whether it was an extra service or it was some of the money? You don't have to ask your broker if you could do something. If you feel it's right for you and your client, you go ahead and do it.
Wow, that is amazing because, Jim, I can't tell you how many agents, even recently, who have told me, I had to do this to win the listing or win the client. And, their broker came down on them about making that decision and not going to them first. So that's awesome. That's crazy.
How much time do we have here?
We have about 6 more minutes.
My best story goes
Here we
back
go.
to 1988.
Is it a dad joke?
No,
Okay.
no joke. Okay, so back in the 80s, there was freely assumable loans. And we had a house that wasn't selling, and I hit a buyer with not much money. And I'm like, well, I can put this buyer into this house, freely assume just a couple grand, made a deal.
Okay.
Well, my broker at the time says, well, we didn't make very much money on that deal. And I'm like, well, if that listing expired, you'd have been none the wiser. We helped a young man get a house.
Yeah.
And we, maybe you got enough money to, pay your advertising that you had on the property. So he was grumbling. That young man referred me to his father, who had a building to sell on Route 96 in Victor. And I got both sides of that deal in 1988 for $200,000. So it was 8%.
Wow.
8% commission. It was $16,000 commission.
Awesome.
And the broker said to me, gee, I never had anything like that happen to me. And I go, I got a little story. You take care of your people out there, they'll take care of you back. And I never want to forget that. Never want to get too big for our britches out there. It's about the people. Take care of your people. And
I love it.
Then they'll come back. They'll come back to you.
That is awesome, Jim. I love it.
I hope my old broker doesn't see this.
Oh, no. Maybe you won't remember. Mm-hmm. So is Syracuse your 7th location then?
Yes. The one agent in Livingston County has 3.
Okay.
I have the 2. This will be 3. So that's 6. And then the single agent out in Leroy. So we'll have 7 spots.
So this is awesome. I'm really excited. Just so everybody knows, our doors are officially open.
Officially open. Sign is on the building.
Sign is on the building. Brandy maybe can post some photos later. And then also we are going to plan a grand opening. So I'm not sure when that's happening quite yet. We have a couple other things that have to happen before we do it, but we are planning a grand opening. I hope everybody can come out, see us, meet Jim. We're just so excited to have Empire in Syracuse.
Super excited.
Super excited.
Yes, we can't wait to have that grand opening.
So just so everybody knows, the address to this location is 5720 South Bay Road in Cicero, New York. Jim Richardson just said, we bring the buyers to you. He sure does. In case you guys don't all know, Jim and Melissa Richardson are Empire agents for the Syracuse office. So definitely check them out. And full disclosure, my little boy is not feeling so great. So mama has to go do some mama things. And Brandy is going to give you the Friday Fun Day podcast. That is happening in just a little bit. But I will be doing open houses this weekend with Brandy. So be sure to tune in this weekend. You can always get the live broadcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And then the audio only on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Spreaker. So be sure to check us out, like us, share us, all that good stuff. If you want to know more about Jim, message below. We're going to tag this guy too, so he can see all the cool comments we're getting.
And thank you for all you're doing for us. We appreciate you.
You are very welcome. I can't wait to see you guys this weekend. Thank you so much for coming on, Jim. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.